Good morning. So I am at I don't know what's wrong with my throat, sorry, the Pearson Testing Center, and I'm taking my NCLEX today and no one knows about it. So I figured I would make a little video and yeah, tell everybody. I know a lot of people were kind of upset with me that I wasn't telling anybody the exact date that I was taking my NCLEX, but it was just really important to me that it be something I do by myself. I know that sounds weird, but I just didn't want texts and phone calls and all that kind of stuff before or after my exam, really, because the way that NCLEX works is I won't know my results until hopefully 24 hours from my start time, which is 8 o'clock. So I actually won't know until tomorrow at 8 a.m. how I did. And I just didn't want to have to explain that over and over and over to people that don't know about NCLEX. So to those of you that don't know about NCLEX, it is the national exam to become a nurse, and you can take the RN or LPN exam. I'm taking the RN exam to be a registered nurse. You can get anywhere between 75 questions and 265 questions. So I'm hoping for closer to 75, but I've been practicing with 125, so I'm really comfortable with 125 questions. But yeah, I'm really nervous. I feel really confident about it because I've been doing really, really good on my review test and all that kind of stuff, and like practice tests and questions and everything. I've been studying for a while now, but I'm still nervous. So we'll see how this goes. I've pretty much been on the verge of tears for like 2 or 3 days now. And last night I thought I was gonna have a full-on panic attack. Like my chest got tight, I was like hyperventilating, I was freaking out. So that didn't, I calmed down. And so far this morning I'm good. So we shall see. Hopefully I have good news soon. Okay, so when I walked out of there, I was crying. God, okay, I feel like such a freaking idiot right now. So I got 75 questions, and then the screen cut to this like special research section. And it said it would take about 30 minutes to complete and blah, blah, blah. And so I started doing it, and it was really long, and I just didn't want to do it. And so it had an end exam button, so I hit the end exam button, and then it just like went away. And then the thought occurred to me is, what if that counted as my score on the NCLEX? So I started freaking out and having basically like a panic attack, but the ladies in the testing center, like I wasn't allowed to ask them anything about it. So I just got in my car and Googled it, and the NCIB, whatever, like the NCLEX people, their abbreviation, it said on frequently asked questions, it said it doesn't count as the score. So I'm hoping that's correct, and I'm hoping that I passed, because I'm kind of freaking out about the whole 75 questions, because at the beginning of the test I didn't know any of that, anything. I can almost guarantee that I didn't get any of the first like 10 questions right. I didn't know any of that. But then like around question like 20, I started to really know things, and then it was only like every now and then there was a question that I had no clue. But yeah, I don't feel good about this right now. I'm gonna call my mom. So it is tomorrow. I do have my results back and I did pass. It has definitely been an interesting more than 24 hours now. When I got home yesterday after taking the exam, so after I recorded that last little snippet, I did call my mom and talked with her, and then I went and saw my boyfriend and picked up breakfast on my way back to my apartment. And when I got back here, after all of that, it hit me like a brick wall. I did not feel good at all. I had the worst headache of my entire life. I was in so much pain. I couldn't stand up. And I took Tylenol, and then I started getting so nauseous that I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I do have anti-nausea medicine, so I took one of those and laid down and just tried to relax, and I ended up sleeping for 4 or 5 hours. And I woke up and I did feel better, but I just still it kind of felt like I had a stomach bug mixed with a migraine from hell. It was awful. But anyways, I made it through that, and we just got fast food for dinner, and I was just on edge because I didn't know if I passed or anything like that. And I decided I was gonna sleep in this morning because even though my results would come at 8, they weren't gonna change whether I woke up at 8 to check them or not. So I decided I wanted to sleep in. Well, my boyfriend called me from work just after 8, and he was like, your results are up, go check, go check, go check. And I was like, what happened to sleeping in? But I checked, and sure enough, I passed. And I'm really happy about it. I thought I was gonna be overjoyed and excited and stuff, but it kind of, throughout the day, there's been a lot of other stuff going on as well. So yeah, there's that. But throughout the day, it's kind of progressed into, I'm not as excited anymore. I'm still excited and I'm proud and happy that I passed. But I'm also I'm realizing that now that means I've got to buckle down and get a job. So I spent a little while working on updating my resume and typing up a pretty cover letter and all that kind of stuff. I said pretty, I don't know. I meant nice, I don't know. And I've applied for 10 different positions at 4 different hospitals in 2 different states. So hopefully, I hear something from somebody because I want to get started working. I got into nursing because it's what I love to do, and I haven't been able to do it for a while, waiting for NCLEX and all this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to get back to that. But in the meantime, I have gotten so many questions. Questions from nursing students that I know, new grads, all that kind of stuff, about the NCLEX and what to expect and just everything. So I was just gonna run through that real quick on this video and answer all those questions. So one of the main questions I've been getting, because I got 75 questions, everybody wants to know, well, how did you study? I primarily used the Hearst review, and I did the online review, which is the cheapest one because, hurting for money because I haven't been able to work. And I really liked it. Their videos, I kept telling people, I learned more in the Hearst review than I did in nursing school. Their videos are so easy to understand, and it's so easy to absorb that information. So I definitely recommend it. And their practice quizzes were pretty close to what the NCLEX was like. The only thing I would say is different about it, they had the same ratio of select all that apply to everything else. They had the same exact format and everything. The only thing that was different was content was a little bit different than I guess what I was expecting. I was expecting the NCLEX to be a lot more difficult than it was. And like I said, it's different for everybody that takes it. And I'm not saying it was easy by any means. It was just, everybody talks about it like it's the most difficult test in the world. And I didn't feel that way when I walked out. Like, I mean, I was emotional a little bit, but from that clip earlier, you could tell like I was pretty okay with the situation. And I was pretty sure I passed. So I was already thinking of captions for when I posted my results. So I was pretty sure. So yeah, I mainly use Hearst Review. I also had this app called NCLEX RN Mastery. And it was, I think, $30 a month in the App Store. And that was awesome to do practice questions on the go. I did that before I did Hearst Review. And then once I got Hearst Review, I canceled my subscription to that app because Hearst Review, and this is what I liked about Hearst Review as opposed to UWorld or Kaplan or all these other things, is it goes over content. It does a comprehensive review. You have this workbook, which I don't have with me right now to show you, but you have this workbook that takes you through the videos and everything, and you have practice quizzes and questions. Lots of practice questions, and then there's 4 practice quizzes that are set up just like an NCLEX simulation. So yeah, I definitely recommend Hearst Review for studying. I'm trying to think of other questions I've gotten. You know, a lot of people want to know, were there a lot of these questions? Were there a lot of these questions? But I just honestly haven't been answering those kinds of questions because I don't want to steer anybody in the wrong direction, because I have a friend who said that there were tons of pediatric questions on the NCLEX. So I was kind of freaking out because pediatrics was not my strong suit in school, which is ironic because I just applied for a pediatric position and I'm really excited about that one. But anyways, on my test, there were no pediatric questions, not a single one. I did get one question that was about a 3-year-old, but they weren't asking anything pediatric related. They were asking about something completely different. So it really depends on your test and how you test and all that kind of stuff for what you're gonna get content wise. So I'm not gonna steer anybody in the wrong direction. Just be prepared for anything, really. And I might go through and make another video of like my biggest like study tips. But for now, I am going to go enjoy a celebratory dinner with my boyfriend and the biggest glass of wine I can get. And I'm gonna relax for a little bit and hopefully start hearing back from hospital soon.